I have some questions for you.
Yep.
I picked, I think, about 5 or 6. But now I'm like picking these and I'm like, I don't even know the answers to some of these. So we're going to just toggle back and forth. I just apologize now because it's no new news that we're super competitive.
Oh, yeah. Everyone watching knows this by now.
Super competitive.
We're all having a great time. I sat down after dancing for a bit. I was just sitting on my own. And he just walks up beside me, sits down beside me, and he's like, listen, kid, I just want you to know you're perfect the way you are. Just completely unprompted. And he's like, I love you and everyone loves you just the way you are. Don't ever change. And that was like, wow.
This wonderful episode of TCL is sponsored by Mason Bennett John Cox Lawyers. Buying or selling your home is one of your largest financial decisions, so it's important to have a professional with you at all times. With over 30 years of experience, Patrick Bennett is your trusted advisor in residential, rural, cottage, and commercial real estate law. Patrick is thorough and efficient, offering his extensive knowledge in real estate. His hands-on approach provides you with the confidence that you have a well-rounded professional working for you. Contact Mason Bennett John Cox today.
Hey, we're here. We're here for another episode. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here again.
Indeed.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Had a great couple episodes where we had Matt and Kyla with us.
That was so nice. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was so nice to hear their take, and what I loved about them is talking a little bit about their business, as well as some of the things that they actually really loved about our podcast. The feedback is huge.
When Matt just whipped out that top 10 list out of nowhere.
Like, oh no.
I mean, that's flattering, but wow.
Yeah. But you know what? We really appreciate your feedback. You know, the different things that everybody loves about some of our episodes. If you let us know, that is absolutely amazing. We did kind of mention as well that last episode that we had started getting pictures.
Yes, we did.
People who are watching our episodes.
Yep.
We've been getting some through Messenger, through Instagram.
Yep.
And of course, we have a Facebook page.
Indeed, we do.
This Crazy Life podcast.
All from you, our crazy lifers.
Our crazy lifers, we're calling them. So at the end of the day, you know, we encourage people to drop us a picture of you guys watching our podcast. And we would love to, I guess, every week pick our favorite of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just, at the end of every episode, we'll throw on a couple pictures on there that we really liked.
And do a shout out back to you guys, because at the end of the day, this isn't about us, right? This is about going that one step to make everybody that watches this smile.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we want to do. We want to brighten people's days.
Well, you and your brother brighten my day. Although we did have a little bit of a moment, you and I, today, didn't we?
Yeah. Just some work-related stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of a flub up. Flub up that happens in something that's...
A stupid mistake. A very stupid mistake, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, as much as everything we always said we'll share the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Right? When I got the call just to say that, you know, this error was happening and I called you, I know that it was a little bit harsh.
Well, I mean, again, it was something very stupid that I should have noticed, but I didn't.
Happens. Mistakes happen, but sometimes...
Thankfully, it was fixable and fixed it right away.
For sure. But I know sometimes when I make those calls, if I ever have to make them, it's not very often at all that, you know, I can come across
Oh, you can turn it on. You can turn it on when you want to.
Harsh. Fix it now. Right now. But, and then when we got here, I was in a business meeting. So when I saw you walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, the poor kid. The poor kid.
All good. All good.
Right. But so we do debate. We do have our moments as mother, son.
So this week, though,
yes,
what we had was a couple things. One you briefly want to talk about, which is that this season of This Crazy Life Well, this season of This Crazy Life podcast is being powered by Angela's Butcher Shop.
Oh,
Mom, what can you tell us about them?
That's amazing. Angela's Butcher Shop. Listen, who doesn't like a good steak?
Oh, we do.
It's patio season. Let's bring it, right?
Yeah.
What an incredible butcher Angelo is. He's located on Brock Street in Whitby under the Bellinata restaurant. You name it, he's got it. Everything you can imagine, he produces incredible quality. Austin, we get almost
all of our meat we've been getting from
Angelo
him for years.
And a huge shout out. We are so honored to be featuring you, Angelo, on our podcast. And thank you for powering us for season 2.
Season 2.
Angelo's Butcher Shop. We're going to have all the information below, right here. Reach out to him. You will not be disappointed. Can you believe it?
No, I cannot. It's a big deal. Thank you very much once again, Angelo.
Fantastic place.
For powering this season.
Yeah. So you know what, kid?
What?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Of the time that this episode is going to be going up, it will have been Father's Day.
Yes. So Father's Day will have been the day before.
Yep.
You know, if this was launching the day of, I would say it, but I think that I had wanted to acknowledge the people that are the closest to us and wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I know that there are a couple that, and we're going to throw the pictures up of the two that I want to acknowledge, but let's start with you. And do you want to say something for Father's Day?
Well, of course. I'd like to give a shout out to my own dad.
Yeah.
Some of you may recognize him as the patriarch behind me peeing my pants during the trip to Florida.
Again, we're bringing that up.
But, well, that's what everyone brings up when they ask us about the podcast or when they talk to me about it. They're like, oh, man, we love that story. And I'm like, great. Shout out to my dad. He's been incredible through all of this. I think one story that sticks out to me is one that was very recently. One of his stepdaughters had just gotten married, and I was there at that wedding.
Yeah.
And we were all having a great time. I sat down after dancing for a bit. I was just sitting on my own. And he just walks up beside me, sits down beside me, and he's like, listen, kid, I just want you to know you're perfect the way you are. Just completely unprompted. And he's like, I love you and everyone loves you just the way you are. Don't ever change. And that was like, wow.
Oh.
Wow, that was a night maker right there, you know? Just something completely unprompted that you just saying something nice to someone. That makes someone's day. So want to give a shout out to you, Dad. Love you very much. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Hope you've liked and subscribed. But yeah, that's an amazing thing, and happy Father's Day, Dave. I want to do a shout out as well to my Uncle Rick, who sadly passed away a year ago, February, which was a huge shock and a huge void. I'll speak for myself only, but really for our whole family. My uncle was my best friend from the moment I was born, and like a father to me up until when he passed away. So I miss you. But I also have another uncle who is my world.
He is such a support system. Uncle Pete, happy Father's Day. I love you so much. You are everything, and we are blessed to live close to them.
Yes,
so
indeed.
we get to go and have your amazing barbecues.
Oh man, the burgers
all
he
the
made
time.
for us last
So
time
keep
were
that coming,
insane.
Uncle Pete. Oh, those burgers.
They were
oh
ridiculous.
my God.
Yeah.
So happy Father's Day. So we're going to
Indeed.
throw some pictures here. We're sharing our life with you, and these are the people that matter to us.
Yep.
And everybody out there.
Yep. And everyone watching this, why don't you just share some of your own Father's Day stories, some things important to you in the comments.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would
we'll read them.
love to hear something special that you have to say about your dads too. We were at Andrew Nicole's last weekend, or
Yes,
I
we
guess
were.
the weekend before.
2 weekends ago, as of now.
God, where does the time
I
go?
I was doing the mental math myself.
Where does the time go?
So,
and
yeah,
we got a little bit of, hey, we love the podcast. Here's what we want to see.
Yeah. So what they really liked more than anything, and something we've gotten good feedback on before, was when you and I are playing the little games with each other. You know, like when we did the music game and what are our favorites thing.
Yes.
So what Nicole suggested was playing sort of like an impromptu game of, are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Yeah. Here's my fear. Is I've watched the show.
So have I, yeah.
Yeah. And all I can say is apparently curriculum has changed greatly since I went to school.
Yeah.
Because I'm really afraid that I'm not going to know too many of these answers.
Well, I think that's the thing, and what we were talking about a bit before is what makes it so tough is you realize watching it, oh, what kids are learning and what we actually retain is so different.
Yes.
Like
true.
you realize very quickly, like, oh yeah, I remember learning all this stuff. I guess I haven't really used it since I left school, so I haven't remembered any of it.
Okay.
So when you're actually asked it, it's like,
Okay. I have some questions for you.
Yep.
I picked, I think, about 5 or 6. But again, full disclosure, you are crazy genius.
Yeah.
Okay. Like your IQ is super, super off the charts. And as I'm doing these questions and I'm picking which ones am I going to ask, I'm trying to pick the hardest ones because I'm like, okay, I got to stump him somehow because he's so smart. But now I'm like picking these and I'm like, I don't even know the answers to some of these. So we're going to just toggle back and forth.
Yeah,
and I just apologize now because it's no new news that we're super competitive.
Oh, yeah. Everyone watching knows this by now.
Super competitive.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to have a bit of a meltdown.
Okay.
Right? Like, let's be real if I don't know it. So do you want to start first or do you want me to?
Well, I can ask you the first question and we'll go from there.
Okay.
I've got a lot here, so I'm just going to pick and choose random ones.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And these are the fifth grader ones? Because didn't you say you also had grade 1?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? How it works is that it pulls questions from each grade. So I'm starting at first grade and then I'll just sort of work my way up from there.
Okay, so maybe we won't announce if this is a first grade question in case I get it wrong.
Okay. So, start simple.
I'm so nervous.
The word rhinoceros has how many syllables?
4.
Correct.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, so that's the scale
so
of the
happy.
first question we'll get. Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me just... You can't see, right?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Now, the show has multiple choice. I wasn't able to get multiple choice from these.
Me either. It was just one... It's a question and answer.
Okay.
I feel like you're looking at the back of the paper.
Okay.
He cheats. Okay, so I did not know when I got my questions from it. It didn't say whether it was a grade 1 question or a grade 4. Okay, I just picked.
Whatever. That's fine.
Okay. Austin Alexander Charles Bayless.
Full government name. Yep.
What is the capital of Russia? Do, 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 do.
Moscow?
Correct.
Okay.
1-1.
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you'd get that.
I had to think for a second because there was one of two answers. Moscow or another city that I haven't heard of. So I had to bet on Moscow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. So if everybody can help us keep score, that's 1-1. I'm so nervous. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The father of this animal is called a boar. What animal is this?
A boar.
Yes. It is a farm animal. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The father of this is a boar. Oh, so shout out to Paragon Farms, which is a YouTube channel that I watch. I'm going to say a pig.
That is correct.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yes.
Okay. Woo. Okay. And they've got pigs on their farm.
Oh, okay.
That's what me. So shout out Paragon Farms. You can maybe like and subscribe to ours.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Question 2.
Don't look at the back of the paper.
I am not.
Mr. Bayless.
Mm-hmm.
What is the process of water turning into vapor called?
Evaporation?
That is correct.
For a second, I blanked on it.
Oh, I
was
thought you weren't going to get it. Okay.
I was like, oh man, science was one of my good classes in school. I shouldn't forget this.
Okay. Totally forgot that was a science question. Okay. All right. Okay. So 2-2.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Okay, let's see here.
Okay.
Which of the following words is an adjective? Cotton, she, jump, or red? Red as in R-E-D, not R-E-A-D.
Red.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. You know, everybody's probably laughing their heads off because this probably is super easy for them, but you have no idea how happy I am that I got that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I feel like this is very easy. Who was the first person to step on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
Correct.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're moving up now. I won't tell you what grade this is.
Okay.
Or tell you what, you're going to get this, so I'll tell you what grade this is after you get it right. How long is a half hour?
30 minutes.
That is a third grade question, apparently.
Oh, that's a third grade. Yay. Okay. Oh, see, I didn't get that on mine. All right. Am I going to give you okay, I'm going to switch it up. What is the hardest mineral?
Diamond?
That is correct. Oh my God, do you get anything wrong?
If they had discovered...
How did you know that?
If they had I don't know. I just remember diamonds being really hard, that being the thing I always learned about them growing up. If they discovered something harder than diamonds since then, I wouldn't have gotten it.
Well, that's the answer that I found anyways. Okay. All right.
So. Interesting. Okay.
Closer to the mic.
Where did the Statue of Liberty come from?
History was not my best subject, but I want to say, I'm gonna go with the first thing.
Okay.
Was it not Italy? Oh, my
It
first
was
round.
France.
Shoot. They're close, right? Are they close?
Physically?
Oh, okay. France. All right. Okay. My bad.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Now, I've got a lot of questions on here. I don't know how many you have on there.
I have just a few.
Okay.
Okay, so it's mine. Okay. What are the 3 states of matter?
Solid, liquid, and gas. Oh, you were so ready to get me with that one. You had the smug laugh and everything.
I'm like, okay, could this be one that maybe he doesn't know? Okay.
Okay, now there's a lot of history questions on this one.
Okay.
A problem I've noticed is that it seems particularly focused around American history.
Same. Well, it's an American show.
It's an American show, not really a Canadian version widely available. So, the Battle of Gettysburg took place in which American war?
Well, that was a big battle.
Yes. One could say
It was a big one.
One could say the turning point.
It was
in this
definitely a turning point.
Yep.
That I remember. I'm sorry, my American friends. I feel like it was in the southern states. I don't know. Let's say the War of 1865.
I don't know the date, but I mean, it could be. I don't know. I mean, that's not the name of the war.
So what was the answer?
The American Civil War.
Oh, the Civil War. Okay.
It might have been in the
know.
1800s. I don't remember what years it was from.
When I learned history, because I'm much, much older than you, we always learned the names of the war, and then we learned the dates associated with it. So I'm not really sure. So that's two down for me.
The Battle of
Director
Gettysburg.
Dan?
The American Civil War.
What year was the Civil War? Put your thoughts in here, if you guys know.
Oh, any Americans will be like, what
Okay.
are these two doing?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah. 1861 to 1865. So, yeah, technically you're right. Yeah.
Who's your mama?
You.
Who's your mama? That's right. 1865 is when the Civil War ended. I'm going to take that point, Austin.
The best kind
Thank
of
you.
correct. Technically correct.
Woo!
All right.
All right. Oh my gosh. My history teacher would have been so proud of me had he not have passed away. Not gonna lie. Okay. All right. Ready?
Go for it.
It's a math question.
Okay.
If a car is traveling 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 190 miles?
Four hours and 45 minutes.
That is correct. That is correct. If a car is traveling 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 190? Oh, you said 4.5?
4 hours and 45
5
minutes.
minutes. Yeah. I know you got it. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Director Dan is disbelieving. That's exactly.
He's throwing chaos into the mix.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Who is smarter than a 5th grader?
All right.
Austin Bayless.
I could give you a 5th grade question.
Eesh. Okay. Oof. All right.
All right.
Bring it on. 1865. Civil War.
Okay. Which city was the first to be struck by an atomic bomb?
Well, wasn't that Hawaii?
It very much was not.
Oh, bummer on that.
It was World War II.
Was it World War II? But that wasn't Hawaii?
The end of World War II. They tested off the coast of Hawaii, but...
Okay, tell me the name.
Hiroshima in Japan.
Oh, it's Japan.
Yeah.
I would never have got that.
Yeah, they took 2 right before
I would
the
never
end
have
of the
got
world.
that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to finish up with one last one.
Okay.
Okay. And then I have another question that Nicole gave us.
Ooh, all right.
All right. So, all right. Okay. All right. This is
good?
it. This is going to stump you.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now.
All right.
If you know this question, okay, like I'm very proud that you're so smart. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand it. If you get this, I'll buy dinner tonight. Okay?
Okay, sure.
What are the 3 types of rock?
Oh, crap. Now that is a 5th grade question.
3 types of rock.
Sediment's one of them.
Yes, that is one of them.
Okay. That was the only one I think I knew. I'm blanking. I don't got it.
Well, you got a partial point because you got 1 out of 3.
I got a third of a point.
You got a third of a point. Metaphoric, metamorphic.
Is it?
Metamorphic
Okay.
and igneous.
God. I remember learning the words, but I couldn't tell you anything about them.
Okay. Well, clearly you are, ding, 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 our winner of You Are Smarter Than a 5th Grader, son. Yay.
Yes,
Yay.
I finally did it.
So here's one thing that Nicole, when we were all out together, she was like, here's what I want to know. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Your last meal on earth.
Yes, she did.
And here's what I think. I think that all of us have probably thought about this at one time or another.
It's probably something you get asked just in school by like one of your friends or something.
I just feel like
Yeah.
we think about it. If
Yeah.
you were to
So-
never be able to eat again, whatever the reason, I'm not putting bad vibes out there,
Right.
what would it be? So she sat and told us what hers would be because she'd had it all figured out.
Oh,
and
yeah, she's
what
thought about
restaurant it would be at.
Right.
Even. Okay. So this particular question is we're going to start if your last meal on earth, appetizer.
Right.
It doesn't just have to be the food, but it can be the food from where?
Yeah, just pick
Okay.
and choose anything.
What would it be?
Yeah, okay.
So appetizer, Austin.
Well, for me, honestly, where my mind goes to, and call me crazy, is probably Montana's Antojitos.
They are so good.
Yeah,
Shoot, yes.
like we've had plenty of Antojitos from other places, but Montana's, there's just something about them.
I'm telling you, I feel like they're the best.
They're the best
Yeah.
we've had so far.
We just need my cousin Rai Rai to make us some because he was a chef at Montana's for
We need-
many
we need
years.
it-
He's
yeah.
got the recipe. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Last meal on earth, a drink. What would it be?
Ah.
And possibly, where would it be from?
Well, that's tougher for me because my drinks mainly boil down to water and the occasional Pepsi
True.
on a crazy night.
Yep.
So I guess if I'm about to die, then I'd say let's go nuts and I'll just have a Pepsi. I don't know.
Okay. So it would be Pepsi, not Coke.
Sure. Yeah.
I
I always liked Pepsi more as a kid, so I guess my mind would go
All right,
there.
so let's go. Let's help the viewers get to know you a little better.
Yep.
Will that be a fountain Pepsi or would it be a can of Pepsi?
It would be canned. Can is always better than
All
fountain.
right.
Always.
So we have Antojitos from Montana's. We have a can of Pepsi.
I'm really breaking
Dinner.
the bank on this one.
Dinner.
Okay.
What would it be?
For dinner, very easy. It would be your meatloaf.
You know what? We got to do a cooking show so I can show everybody. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean-
when we talked about the meatloaf before,
Yeah.
one of our viewers sent me a DM and they're like,
Yes,
what is your recipe?
Asked you for the recipe, yeah.
So the meatloaf is a meatloaf.
Yep.
I make stuffing.
Yep.
My own stuffing, and I actually put it in the center of the meatloaf. And on top of the stuffing, I divide the meatloaf into two. I do a layer of cheese on one side, a layer of cheese on the other, put the stuffing in the middle, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. If you don't like meatloaf, you just need to try her meatloaf.
Oh, thank you. So it would be my meatloaf.
Absolutely. No question.
Wow. I'm honored. Thanks, kid. Dessert. Ooh. What would this be?
A cake from the local Sugar Chalet.
Sugar Chalet's cake.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go a little bit more. What kind of cake? I mean...
Again, I tend to skew simpler when it comes to this, so... I'd probably do a marble banana chocolate.
Oh, wow. That would be good.
Yeah, because that's what I remember is that you can like mix and match the marbles.
You can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I would do all the time for your birthdays when we lived in Oshawa.
Yeah.
And you know, your standard vanilla frosting because they've got like one of the best frostings in the game. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. So that's your meal.
Yeah.
So we've got Antojitos from Montana's. We've got canned Pepsi from anywhere. We've got Mama's meatloaf and a marble double chocolate, banana chocolate.
Yep.
Cake
Sugar
with
Chalet
buttercream icing from Sugar Chalet, which is, by the way, they're not sponsoring us,
no.
But I've been going there for over 25 years. Yeah. Fantastic. All right.
Now, let's turn it around to you. Appetizer.
That's a tough one. Because when you said Antojitos, I'm like,
You started really thinking about the Antojitos.
That might be right.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I'm a big keg fan as well.
Yes.
So I'm super on the fence about the mushrooms Neptune at the keg. I feel like I could not eat again and not have that.
Right.
So... You know what? I'm going to throw out the Antojitos.
Okay.
I'm going to do mushrooms Neptune at the keg. Like, I'm dying right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yep.
My drink. Should I say more than one?
It has to be one.
Okay.
Well, you also have a lot more options to choose from than me. So
I feel like I would probably go to a good friend of mine who I met at Shoeless. Who was a bartender back then. His name is Jamie. We call him Jamie O. Right now, he's the general manager of KB's and Whitby. And Kevin as well. Hi, Kevin. A good friend of ours. He's the owner. Jamie O is the one that created the original Terratini.
Ah, okay.
And the original...
What is the mix of this drink?
He will not tell me. The last time I was at KB's, I'm like, dude, listen, I don't live in Whitby anymore. And he's like, you got to come here to get it. There's been a few alterations, modifications here and there.
Everyone has their take on the Terratini.
Everybody has their take. Even Jamie O has modified it a couple of times just to see if I liked... this version better than the other. But can I tell you the original? I think I've got to have it again.
All right.
Now, that being said, I do love my ciders, and I can't imagine having one of my Brickwork ciders either. Right. But let's go with the original Terratini by Jamie O.
So that mysterious, long-lost original recipe Terratini would be yours. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Now, your main.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to leave this planet without having some lasagna. My problem is where do I make it myself? Because I actually really like my own lasagna. Well, I
mean, you're a good cook. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It'd be kind of funny for your last meal on Earth for you to be making it yourself.
You kind of really suck, in all honesty. So let's get real. Am I gonna do that? Probably negative on that. There's so many good restaurants that I do enjoy. I also think that I would like the sirloin with the blue cheese crust from the keg. Okay. I do think that I would love my meal that I normally get there served by my favorite, Jesse. Maybe that might be it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, like, I didn't know if you were going to go for something home cooked or not, but if you didn't, I had a feeling it was going to be the keg.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
maybe.
Now for the dessert.
All right. So this is twofold for me.
Right.
Because my first go-to, I cannot make happen again because my sweet grandmother, who was my mother, is no longer with us. But her apple pie, if I could have that one more time.
Right.
Oh, I would just be honored. I also enjoy Sugar Chalet. Their cakes. I love their banana cake too.
Yeah.
So it would be a toss-up, I think.
Yeah.
But I do love me an apple pie. But it's got to be very specific apple pie.
Yeah, you have a very specific taste in desserts. Typically, you'll go for the apple thing, whether it be an apple crisp or an apple pie. Those are the key to you.
But not pie filling apple pie. Like, I want apples. I want real apples. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
A nice crust.
A legit apple pie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. That would be good. This is fun.
Okay, so mushrooms Neptune from the keg.
Oh, it's a big keg.
An original recipe terratini.
By Jamie O.
Your sirloin steak with
strip loin.
blue cheese.
Blue cheese crust.
Yep. And a homemade apple pie. That's not a fake apple pie. It's a real apple pie.
If somebody could get my grandma's recipe somewhere and make it for me, I would just be blown away. I would be so happy.
Well, I tell you what, now I really want meatloaf.
The problem is the meatloaf takes... It takes a good hour just to prepare. It's a very lengthy.
You have to plan ahead.
I actually have to be home and not working. Do you know what the funny thing is about the meatloaf? Everybody loves my meatloaf that's had it.
Well, of course.
There is one person that did not like my meatloaf.
Really?
You don't remember this?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Your father.
Really?
He was not a fan of my meatloaf at all. So I used to cook it, not once a week, but I would try to cook it monthly.
Right.
And every time I would cook it, your dad would think that I was mad at him. And he'd be like, he'd walk in, he'd be like, what are we having for dinner? And I'd be like, it's meatloaf. And he'd be like, did I do something wrong? Because there were times when I knew that he didn't like it. And for whatever reason, we were arguing or he ticked me off. And I'd be like, I know what we're having tonight. We're having meatloaf.
And meanwhile, me and Andrew would be like, oh boy, it's meatloaf night.
Only one person on this planet that I'm aware of didn't like it. But it would actually ended up being funny because when I had it cooking, he would always be like, did I do something wrong?
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, well, I didn't even realize.
It's been a good episode.
Yeah.
It's been great. Don't forget to make your shout outs to your dads in the comments below. We would love to hear how special they are to you.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, our crazy lifers, to send us your pictures of you just simply watching an episode on your TV. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We would love to be able to showcase your picture and do a shout out.
Absolutely, we would.
Once again, kid, I'm honored.
Oh, well, I'm honored as well. I am honored to be doing this with you.
Right back at you. I love you.
Love you too.
And that's a wrap.
All right, let's call it.